Hi, welcome back to another episode of Geekified. You've already seen one episode where we have challenged each other to watch a couple of films, either a DVD swap or film swap. Any sort of challenge where we think the other host will or will not appreciate the film that they have watched. So, you've already seen me and Nathan, and we swapped two of probably some of the really good films because we're friends, me and Nathan. You had Enduring Love and Cold Souls in episode 1. This is episode 2. So, I gave Mark a challenge to watch something that I knew he probably would never watch in his life, something that he probably wouldn't enjoy. So I gave him Mean Girls, cult classic, some comedic icons and the career kickoffs for quite a lot of the industry of Hollywood. Tina Fey, especially being somebody who was majorly involved in the film, and moving on to just a stratospheric career. So that was my challenge. What did you give me, Mark?
I gave you Caught. Amazon Prime, absolute bargain bucket, quality movie.
I don't know if I can put this clear. I might have to bleep a couple of these words out as I say them to you, Mark. But you horrible motherfucking absolute wangling.
Did you not enjoy Caught then?
No, I didn't enjoy it. No. I didn't think it was that great.
What?
I'm going to get it out of my system while I'm here before you even give me Mean Girls your review. So, Caught. I had to sit through possibly 2 hours of my time that I'm never, ever, I know a lot of people say that about films, but I will never, ever get that time back. Ever in the rest of my life. And I decided to unfortunately watch it about 20 past 11 at night, roughly about 11 o'clock at night. So 1 o'clock in the morning, my brain was just filled with hate for why this was even made into a film. I honestly have no concept as to what they thought was good about this film. The film starts off, don't get me wrong, it's not amazingly acted. You've got Mickey Sumner, who's relatively good. She was in Snowpiercer. If you've not watched that, she plays one of the trained police officers, and that is really it's a good show. But I'd definitely watch it. It's on Netflix. She plays the mum, and some other guy plays the dad. No idea who he is. And then I have never ever had so much information dump, like flung into one telephone call to make you aware of a whole synopsis of stuff. You had the army, you had people walking about at night, you had the journalist, you had the news, you had weird shit going on, you had planes flying overhead, some military base and stuff. It was all this, just an absolute dump of information. Just because obviously we didn't want to do the shots. They had this beautiful cottage to film in, and they obviously didn't want to spend any money or didn't have any money to make the shots, and that was pretty fucking evident from the way it continued. This is basically a film that was filmed by the last person who made an advert for Morrison's. Basically, that's it. Just nice, warm, happy glow. You know, as the camera pans through sofas at DAFS, where you've got that lovely kind of screen glare and it's all fancy, nice and warm. That's all this fucking film was. With people desperately trying to act. I'm not even going to say the main guy was bad, Mr. Blair, because he was actually quite good at being bland. And it kind of worked for part of the character. It worked for it in a sense. And then you had, I've totally forgot her name.
Sherry Blair?
No, girl who played Mrs. Blair. Hold on. I'm going to have to give this, I don't even want to give this credit by Googling the fucking film. It's that bad. Sorry. So then you had April Pearson. April Pearson, if anyone around about my age will remember, which was in Skins years ago. Relatively successful. She hasn't done a great deal of stuff since. Done a lot of short films, but been in a lot of good films and a lot of good short films as well. So this girl can act. Unfortunately, all she did was walk about with bland fucking eyes, just zombied out, and then starts growling for no reason with fake blood popping out of her and jumping about as if she was at some sort of kids playgroup acting course.
I mean, I think it's strange that you would ever say the word of she was in Skins, so she can clearly act. Skins was just teenagers pretending to be teenagers. It's not called acting. That's just called, what, a mockumentary at best. Skins.
If that was the case, if you did have, if Skins was is that sense, then I get it, because she hasn't been in a great deal of stuff, but quite a lot of the cast from Skins have went on, like Nicholas Hoult, who's went on, he was a good actor in it, and can't remember, the girl went on to go into Game of Thrones and a couple other stuff that she's done. She's a relatively good actress. And April Pearson, I pitched relatively high. I thought she was quite good as well.
But I mean, again, Nicholas Hoult went on to be in X-Men First Class Generation, you know, so the bar's not exactly high there. I would definitely get my head off that bar, you know. You might be able to walk under that bar, but that bar's probably chest height for me.
Don't set me off. I'm still triggered by this film. This was about a week ago when I watched this now, and I'm triggered by it, absolutely triggered by it.
You text me at 1:38 a.m. asking me a question about the film, and I genuinely was like, oh, I feel really bad now that he's genuinely up in the middle of the night watching it.
Do you know, like, I've always said, film and art is subjective. It is completely subjective. This is a fucking crock of shit, man. I'm sorry. And then my mum always told me, is if you've got nothing good to say, don't say it. But I'm pissed off having wasted my time on this. Genuinely, like, it's that bad. There's one scene in it that's actually really good, and it's filmed well and shot well, is when she's out with a brick hitting the guy in the head. It's actually shot quite well. It was done. The
whole budget went into that one scene. Definitely.
Yeah, it was done. It was almost shot from inside the house. You had some really, really creepy angles and then creepy shots that made it look just really horrible, very, very horror-like.
This caving in as well was quite clearly a very good dummy.
Oh, it was very, very good. That was it. But that's it. The credits were nice credits. I don't know if I just felt happy they were there.
Yeah, I don't know if I watched the credits. when it started doing that zoom out from the cottage and you saw the bit of the credit creep up, I was like, cool, and off.
But you know, this is what pisses me off, is like, I can't even tell you what the film was about.
Well, they caught something, mate. It's in the title.
What did they catch?
Nothing.
That's fucking nothing.
That movie was written like this. There was two mates and they were sitting having a pint, and one of them went, right, imagine this, right? Two journals catch something they're not meant to. On what? Camera. Okay, yeah. What is it they catch? Doesn't matter, mate. The whole movie's about what did they catch and who's coming after them because of what they caught. Right, that sounds intriguing. And that was it. That's as far as the actual writing that movie went.
Right, so I'm going to say, if you're ever thinking of watching this film, please don't. But if you're ever thinking of watching the film, if you just take this YouTube clip and cut out that little bit of Mark describing what happened there, and then just watch that. That's the film. That's better than the film. There's more budget. There's better acting. The set's better. Genuinely, the set's better. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's so disappointing. I feel bad for April Pearson being in it, because I genuinely think could be better. And Mickey Sumner she's not a superb actress, but she's definitely not a bad actress, and doesn't deserve to be known for this film either. I really, really hope you were doing someone a favour.
Yeah, that's all this movie could ever be from almost everyone in it, is just doing someone a favour. Even the babies, like, onto his agent going, what the hell is this pish? What have you put me in? And that baby will go on to be in the M. Night Shyamalan Plus show.
I just don't get it. Just there's so many things like that just don't make sense. Like, why are they both wearing cream clothes? You don't even know who they are. Are they aliens? Are they monsters? Are they fucking androids? Are they whatever? They both come in wearing cream clothes.
Alien androids, you know, like.
Sorry, my cat's the sign of a fucking Fruit Loop. He had to watch it as well. I'm just taking his belt.
He's kicking up with thinking.
So, I don't know what else to say. Like apart from, I don't like saying films are terrible. Don't watch them, but don't watch this ever. I went on to the reviews, and the reviews, holy shit! Wow.
Oh, just praising it.
No, it's terrible. I think there's one clearly from the director's mum, maybe.
Amazon Prime gives it, I think, a 4 out of 5, just showing you how warped and bad the Amazon Prime star system is.
It must be, because it's not a 4 out of 5. It's not even.
It's a 1 out of 5. It really is that bad.
It's not even a 1 out of 5, Mark. Don't even credit it with that much.
Well,
it's like you had an option of picking all the different cast, and it's like, how can we get this wrong? Let's pick the last guy who filmed the Morrison's advert. Let's pick an actress that needs a big break, but she's not quite had it. Let's pick one guy who's a relatively good actor, but you need something else more than just being a robot kind of character. Let's pick a set that looks fantastic, but it's clearly all the budget. Everything they picked was completely and utterly wrong. It was just a mess.
Yeah. I mean, the level of acting in this episode, in the movie, is the same as the episode "The Family of Blood" from Doctor Who season. Is it season 3? Martha Jones' season, isn't it? And Tennant is up against the family of Brood. Is it Brood or Blood? I think it's Blood, isn't it?
I think it's Blood.
And then all the actors, they just keep sniffing stuff out, don't they? And they just go,
yeah,
and turn dramatically. And that's pretty much the level of acting in this movie for the aliens. That's what they've done. They've gone, right, cool. Well, in Doctor Who, that was reasonably effective, scaring the pants off 7-year-olds, you know? So that's what we'll do for an adult movie.
No, so I'm going to, sadly, as I try to do with everything, is put a link in the description for what where this film is. Don't fall for it, people. I'm putting it there for you because just a balanced set of subjecture for watching stuff and letting people watch stuff. It will be in the description. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I'm just giving you that option. Now, let's move away from the absolute shit show that was my DVD to you got one of the cult classics. Absolutely amazing cult classic. It's even got memes about it. The careers of the people have blossomed. Such a famous film now.
Give Caught 12 years, man. I'll have memes. You can't judge Caught against Mean Girls. It's not had enough time.
I'm setting a date.
Yeah, I'm sorry about Caught, but you deserved it with Mean Girls because you knew that one of my greatest achievements is to have somehow gone throughout the whole 2000s without seeing a drop of Mean Girls. And I was happy about that because it is pretty much exactly everything I expected it ever would be, and that's not my cup of tea. I mean, I believe you received a text in the first 5 minutes that laid out everything that was going to happen in the movie because it's that predictable, Mean Girls. And was I wrong about anything?
No, he was actually right. So, I did get a text. I believe it was yourself and your girlfriend who was watching it. And his girlfriend sent me a message going, "Oh my God, it's actually going on." I think it was the first one. He's actually going to watch Mean Girls. And I was sitting going, just giggling away at myself. And then, within 5 minutes, I got basically a summary of what he'd said, including the getting hit by the bus and just a whole summary of the entire film within 5 minutes. It all came from.
In 5 minutes, that movie has set up its entire story, much like Shaun of the Dead, with Ed sitting in the pub explaining what they're going to do after Liz breaks up with Sean. Mean Girls tries to be more subtle about it in its character development, but it's so typical 1990s teen movie / rom-com / flick chick flick, and that it couldn't get away with any of it. I mean, why pay for a big CGI bus to fly past Lindsay Lohan if it's not going to be important at some point? You know, why have such a great actress, Lizzie Chaplin, playing the weird goth girl if she will not have been hurt or somewhat friends with the main protagonist? I mean, that's just straight up Lizzie McGuire right there. So Tina Fey's got a lot of explaining to do with how much Lizzie McGuire is stolen and put into this movie, you know? And I mean, I am of that generation. Lizzie McGuire was my jam when I was a child. You know, there was...
I just state for a fact, like, just in the future, that Mark is admitting that Lizzie McGuire was his jam.
Hey,
we'll use this against him at some point in the future.
How?
So we'll...
Hilary Duff. Like...
No. You never said Hilary Duff is my jam. You actually said Lizzie McGuire is my jam. So let's just leave it at that and move on, continue with the review.
If you take that out of context, every single movie I'll give to you to watch will me just be putting caught onto a DVD, and you'll sit down to watch, who knows, like, you know, Freaky Friday, because I'm just going to give you Lindsay Lohan movies from now on, and you'll put it in and it'll just be caught again.
Yeah, right. You almost had me by telling me I was getting Lindsay Lohan movies for the rest, because I love them all.
No, Lindsay Lohan was a mediocre actress.
I think it just
showed in her drug career. You know, she's not even gone to Charlie Sheen extremes of drug taking in comparison, you know?
Oh, no. Yeah, she should have. She might have came out of the hole a bit better.
No, it's a shame what happened to Lindsay, but at the same time, you know.
I think these child stars, you either make it or you don't. That's it.
And I think end of the day, if she'd never been in Mean Girls, she wouldn't have had enough money to start going down that downward spiral. So if anything, we can blame Mean Girls for that, you know? And thank you very much, Tina Fey, for ruining Lindsay Lohan's career, you know?
Yeah, we're blaming Tina Fey. That's it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise she would have just been broke.
Let's get onto an actual serious talk about Mean Girls. It's an alright movie. It's okay. As I said, I completely predicted the whole plot within the first 5 minutes. Character development, again, I guess what was going to happen, but for a teen movie, it's all right. Yes, there is memes. I do not find those memes funny. I now understand them a slight bit better. Like, what is the one that always kicks about? Like, on like the 19th of September, he asked for a pencil or something. Who cares? Who cares what day he asked for a pencil? No one cares. No one. The other day, when the Earth, Wind and Fire meme went around, you know, do you remember like the 21st of September? I don't care. No one does. There's one day I look forward to, and that is the day The Mandalorian starts on Disney Plus. That's it.
What day is that?
30th October.
Yeah, it's early way.
Yes, but yeah, some of the jokes I did laugh at, I won't lie. Tina Fey is probably not going to be remembered that fondly in another 10 years' time because she just writes the characters as stereotypes. And that does also depend on the colour of their skin and ethnicity.
Yeah, there is a lot of, I think it's not aged well, has it?
No. There's that scene when it pans around the canteen, and I'm not even going to name what she calls the Asian kids, but it's just racist, you know? And
well, in the slightest.
No, but the actual core group of Mean Girls is fantastically well cast.
Yeah, they do work really well. I think that's the funny thing.
And I think Amanda Seyfried, is that how you pronounce it?
Seyfried.
She steals the show, even though she's probably got the least amount of lines. Her character is just easily the funniest.
I completely fancied Gretchen.
Which one, Gretchen?
The weather girl.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. I did like that she thinks that she has a special power, and it's that she can tell it's raining by touching her boobs when she's outside. And it's like, or you could just look up and see it's raining.
I preferred the first one, but let's leave it at that.
But I mean that. Can we also talk about how that movie is made a whole 5 to 6 years after Lost in Space, and that actress hasn't aged a bit between Lost in Space, that movie, and now?
Yeah, she's not. I mean, I'll find, but I do this edit. I'll find a picture of her now. I'll find her a picture of her in Mean Girls, a picture of her in Lost in Space.
She looks like...
I can't remember her name, something Tarbert or something. Can't remember her name, but I'll...
She'll always just be Penny from Lost in Space. You know, that's...
She's just not aged at all. She's clearly from the same club that Keanu Reeves goes to, which in Pharrell Williams, which is basically the Vampire Club. We know what these guys are up to. We know.
But, yeah, Mean Girls, does it send a positive message? No. It pretty much tells you that if you want to be successful in high school, be fake as hell, you know. And then it tries to like be like, at the end, it tries to resolve it all by being like, oh, but you know, that's just high school. Once you grow a wee bit older, it doesn't matter. But then it just shows the cycle repeating with the new year that starts. And then I believe there was a Mean Girls 2, which was just the new semester, you know. So it's kind of like, like, okay.
I've not watched Mean Girls 2 yet.
Don't lie, Chris.
I've not watched it. I'm surprised I've not watched it.
Yeah,
very surprised. But there's always challenges left, Mark.
Maybe that's it. We can DVD swap Mean Girls 2 2-week challenge.
Yeah, we'll discuss that. We'll discuss that for the next episode. But I'm definitely going to have a wee think about what I'm going to be giving to you. 100%, having a good long think about what I'm giving to you.
I think I'm going to give you this indie movie that's on Amazon Prime just now called Caught.
Caught 2. Oh my God, I'm going to film it. I should just film Caught 2.
Just
you can do it on your iPhone in your back garden.
And it should just be called The Cottoning. Or Caught 2 Electric Boogaloo, you know.
Caught 2 The Shittening. This is what it was.
I thought that was the subtitle of Caught 1, no, The Shittening.
I think somebody maybe put a pen over the DVDs just saying shit in it.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Anyway, thank you very much for taking part in DVD Swap.
Thanks.
We will be back again with another one. I don't know who the next challenge is. I think it's either Sean or Tony have got a challenge, and then we're just repeating the cycle. So you'll also find some of the guys challenging each other. So you'll find Mark challenging Sean to a film, or Mark challenging Nathan to a film. Who knows? But thank you very much for joining me on another episode, Mark. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
Very much remembered this one. Remembered for a long time, Mark. Long time.
Calm down.
Shaking. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Please hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next episode. We've got the Devil All the Time review coming up. We have got a review of The Boys, the mid-season, well, just after the mid-season of The Boys coming up. Loads more coming. Please hit like and subscribe and share, please. Anything, it all helps. It all helps. But we will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. We can do this all day.